All right, guys, we're out in the storeroom. It's the end of the night. I made a video at 5 o'clock this morning. Well, 6:30 this morning. Anyway, you remember what I'm talking about. Got just a handful more what solds, so let's get into it. I heard somewhere that people do really well with old yearbooks. So when I found this 1947 one, I was like, it's a buck. I'll give it a shot. I listed it for $15.99. I want to say plus shipping. I'll put it up. And it sold in a day. I was pretty surprised. I thought it would probably sit around until the right person found it. It's from Indiana. Not super far away, but like certainly not a town close by. It's from Greencastle, Indiana, 1947. Sold for 16 bucks. I don't know if that was giving it away or if that was overcharging for it. Because, I mean, it's not like it's Los Angeles. It's some little Midwest town. So, I don't know. I'm happy with $15 in a day on $1 investment on this book. What do you guys think about that? All right, and then I sold Claudine. This is a different Claudine. It's Dead Tired Claudine. And so she's in her pajamas. These things are creepy. I like selling them because they're cheap to buy and they sell high, but they're weird. So she sold not a whole lot of money. $10.79, I'm guessing. I don't know at all. And then this dude who's like a merman guy, I think his name was Gil. He sold. I think he sold at $9.99. And then this pile of clothes sold for $11.99, and that's not even like specific to a character. These are just random. This is like the bottom of the barrel lot, random pile of clothes. So those are the sales that I had. Well, I had 6 sales, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 other things sold that aren't coming immediately to mind. Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. This one's sealed. This game doesn't bring a lot considering that it's got Mario on the cover. Normally those sell pretty high, but this one sold for $17.99, sealed. It's like a $10, $12 game if it's not sealed. And so it's sold for plus shipping. Yeah, I really enjoy playing the 3DS. I like the 2DS. And so I pick those games up all the time, and I had a couple of copies of this this Smash Brothers, which is not a franchise that I really like, but my boys do. So anyway, I was able to pick that up at Walmart on clearance. Like, it's been a while, and I decided not to list it, and then I was like, what am I doing with this? I'm sell it. So I listed it last night, and it sold today. And then these, and I'll just put them up on here. These are from a Brazilian cartoon, very similar to Charlie Brown. Monica's Gang. You can also be called Monica and Friends, but if you start searching Monica and Friends, you get So No One Told You Life Was Gonna Be This Way. And so Monica's Gang works better for finding this particular thing. These were sitting... Excuse me, while Dick Tracy interrupts us. Picked this up the other day at a thrift store, and I watch VHSs in the storeroom. Anyway, Tim just commented, actually, on the last video. And actually, if you're not watching actually on YouTube, I'll put a link to a random one in the description. That is a super fun show. Actually, so this Brazilian cartoon, Monica's Gang, these are weird to find in the United States. The packages are actually in Portuguese, is what they speak in Brazil. And I found them at a thrift store here in town, and they were $30 a piece for like 2 months. And I pulled the manager aside. I was like, I can't spend $30 a piece. These are neat, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they're going to do. I would give you $30 for the pair. And he took it, and that was probably a year ago. And they sat, and I had them listed for 200 bucks, and then I had them listed for 169, and then I had them listed for 125. And some watchers, not a lot of looks. It's a weird thing. It's not something that just everybody needs. So then I was like, I'm just going to put them on auction at $75 and see what happens. They got one bid, $74.99, free shipping, going to a seller in Canada through the global shipping program. All right, guys, here's the thing. Little Einsteins. Don't sleep on little Einsteins. This guy I picked up for $25 at a yard sale. And he sold for $9 and change today. On the 15% off sale, I had him listed for like $11. And then another Hobby Lobby model sold. This one I think technically wasn't a Hobby Lobby model that I bought. I bought it at a yard sale from somebody else but it still had Hobby Lobby clearance stickers on it. So anyway, look at Hobby Lobby for clearance models. They do reasonably well. And those are two more what solds. All right, well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, and we don't have a president-elect yet, or a returning incumbent for that matter. No big surprise. But I have sales. This wildlife sealed game, I found a handful of sealed games at Goodwill a month ago, and this was one. It didn't sell for much. I think I only paid $2.99. I'll put it up on the screen what it sold for because I don't remember. These Dingo boots.
Dingo ain't the baby.
Dingo is a high dollar to buy it brand new brand. Let's see if I can make that focus. But the resale isn't huge. So these are, I mean, if you bought these brand new, they'd be $200. These are used, but they are absolutely perfect. I don't believe they've ever been worn, but I didn't buy them new. They don't have a box. They don't have a tag. So I sold them as pre-owned. They sold for $50.50, I think, something like that. This is my pile of like probably 100. It's this banana box. Trade paperbacks. Doctor Strange versus Dracula sold for $25 on a best offer. That's probably the only one that I've got that's worth any collectible at all. The rest of them are just kind of readers, and like I said, I'm going to try to get like $3 a piece out of them, lotting them together and selling them in lots for like $10. These are all the vintage shirts, t-shirts anyway. And I sold a weightlifting vintage t-shirt. I think I sold two. Let me check. This one I know I accepted an offer on. I don't know if the guy's paid yet. This Ghostbusters one sold this morning. I know the guy hasn't paid yet, but I might as well bring it up to the top in anticipation that he will. And then this Powerhouse Gym. These weightlifting shirts have been doing reasonably well. Took them a little while to get started, but that's a single stitch. So that one sold for $24.99. This one sold but hasn't paid yet. This one, so I don't count it. This one is sold for $27.50. I had a lot of people who were excited about this shirt, but there were no comps, and I listed it high, and I waited, and I got no interest. And then I've had a couple of lowball offers. I ended up taking $27. But I only paid $25. So $27 is a really good return. Even if I could have held out and got more money. Aha! Star Wars. These I got the other day at that estate sale. And these boxes are not like fantastic, but they aren't bad. This one's got a little bit of a crunch on the top, and they're both a little wavy. They sold for $19. And I've only had them a couple of days, and I have maybe $1 or $2 into them. That's one of those instances where the boxes are worth more than the games. I thought about buying games and manuals and putting them in there and making them complete, but it wouldn't have been a better return on my investment than I already was, because they're Star Wars games, and so they kind of bring a premium because there are a lot of more Star Wars collectors than there are Atari 2600 collectors. One more thing before we get into the Monster Highs. A Lego alarm clock. I thought real heavily about just putting this in my son's room so that they have some idea what time it is, because they'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning if they wake up. But then I can tell them, hey, look at the clock. If it's not 6:30, just lay back down unless there's a problem. Anyway, that Lego clock sold for this amount of money. That's an interesting slide. Now let's get into some Monster High. Monster High box is dwindling down to nothing. Got a couple of sales. Chloe, I don't remember. Chloe Denial. Cleo Denial. Like Queen of, probably. I don't know. They're all punny names. She sold for $29.99. Missing a lot of stuff, but it's her and her pet and her diary. Somebody bought this like 10 minutes after it went up. They never paid. I ended up selling it. I ended up relisting it for not best offer, must pay immediately, and it sold in 10 minutes for that $29.99 again. And then these are both, she was part of a 2-pack with this dude, so I just threw his diary in with that. And then this is Frankie Stein, and she is one of the most desirable dolls, but this particular one isn't old enough to really count. And then this is one of the brand newest ones, and like her knees don't bend and the boots don't come off, and she's just a lot cheaper figure. The PVC is much cheaper made, you can tell touching it. And she had a handful of accessories, and this one sold cheap. I think it was like $10 plus shipping, but I'll put it up so you guys can see what it is. And the last thing is buried over here. I picked this up the other day, Vineyard Vines. It's just a ladies like quarter zip sweatshirt. The lighting's really killing you there. Okay, well, I'll put up a picture. And I picked it up for like $1 at a really cheap thrift store, and it was like $14, and it might even have been free shipping. Vineyard Vines is hit or miss. It's declining in popularity, and that one wouldn't have been a huge dollar thing ever. So I picked it up because it said Vineyard Vines and it was $1. It wasn't a home run, but it was a sale. All right, we're going to try something different. This is a Champion. Made in Mexico. Made in Mexico, spell out with the hit on the sleeve. This is a vintage sweater, but it has this stain on the arm. Now, this sweater is not worth a ton, and I only paid $1 for it. So I think I'm going to mess it up on purpose and see if I can't sell it as a custom. We'll see. So this is the before. Before. I can't tell if it's brown or black. I don't know if I already said that, but it's either like chocolate dark, deep chocolate brown, or faded gross black. So I'm just making a 50-50 bleach solution. Bleach, quarter cup of water, quarter cup of bleach. Okay, and per some YouTubers, I figured out that if you pinch this and spin it into a ball, I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed. I'll show you when we're done. So I kind of tucked it here and there on the edges, and I'm going to put some rubber bands around it. So this looks like a hot mess to me, but at the same time, it's not supposed to be like some intricate pattern. It's supposed to be randomness. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we're in this box. This box has a really waxy coating on it. I just wanted a clean environment where I could do it outside. This is my bleach solution. I'm just going to use a rag and kind of dip and wipe and hope that I don't get anything on my J's or my pants. Anyway, yeah, I'll see how much of that I can film because I don't want to. I'm just going to kind of blot it on there and see what happens. I understand that the more time you let it sit, the more the bleaching effect takes place. So I got some spill over here. I wonder if I should just flip this on there and let that be a little bit random. I definitely am going to go wash my hands immediately after this. I'm hoping that this just comes out super cool, and either I can try and sell it on my eBay as a cool custom shirt, or I can I know some people who are into vintage Champion, and maybe it'll be a gift. We'll see. It is an extra large. You know who you are. Okay, so I didn't feel like round one had enough stuff. So I went and did a second round where the first round I twisted it clockwise. Second round I did it counterclockwise just because. And then because I am prone to fixing things to death, it's a little more obvious back here. I went and got a paintbrush and kind of did some splatter paint lines to see if that added anything. I feel like now maybe it might be too much because, like I said, when I do things like this, I tend to experiment to the point where it's over the top. Enough might have been enough, and I'm like, let's keep going. See how bad this stain on this arm looks now. Yeah, that little spot right there started this. I'm gonna go make sure the washing machine is completely empty. I'm gonna throw this in the washer and see how it comes out. I'm gonna wait 10 minutes for it to hang here. I've got a timer set. And then I'm gonna throw it in the washer. Well, here she is. What do you think? This shirt was never gonna be right because it had a big stain that couldn't be fixed. So something had to be done. I wasn't gonna be able to sell it for full price. Did I ruin it? Did I make it awesome? I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I think that it hits the mark I was trying to hit, but I wouldn't wear it. I think that's where I'm gonna land with it. I think that of the ones that you see like this that are either Champion or Carhartt done this way, this fits that mold, but it's not my style. But I'm a fat old nerdy dude, not some hip girl that would wear this as a dress or some streetwear 20-year-old dude. Tell me what you think. Also, this took like 4 minutes. I'm wearing glasses. It took like 4 minutes to do. These are reflectors for when I'm staring at a monitor. It took like 4 minutes to do. I'm totally distracting myself. And I was $1 into this. I think it ups the resale value. So I think it's an experiment worth trying. I like to do stuff like this. I'm not out anything if it doesn't sell, and I get to figure out whether this was worthwhile.
Hi, my name is Levi. I'm from 5 Kid Shop Peoria. Let's get into some what solds. We sold a Cars book with like a game on the back. We bought it.
Go ahead.
We bought it at a thrift store for $2.99 free shipping.
And it sold.
And it sold for $25. $25.99 for shipping.
Something like that.
We got a Car's Heart shirt. Dad picked it up for $1 and listed it on our store accidentally.
And it sold for $24, free shipping.
It sold for $24 for shipping.
T-shirt.
And Judah found a Godzilla t-shirt. Dad bought it at a thrift store for $3.99. It sold for $12.49.
Free shipping.
Free shipping. And I think that's all for 5 Kids Shop.
All right, well, I'm sort of in the middle of 2 videos at once because I just did a haul video from stuff that I picked up today. And then I looked at the What Sold video that should be releasing today, this video. I'm not very good at keeping this stuff organized. Anyway, and I realized I didn't have an ending for it, so this is the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.